Hello and good day. I am Dim Van Dam and I'm here to review episode 4 of WOS Wrestling. Episode 4 was shown on the 19th of August, which was, interestingly enough, the same day as SummerSlam. If anything, I think that's a good thing for ratings. Hopefully I'm right. If everyone's in a wrestling mood for SummerSlam, they'll likely watch more wrestling, and this was on during the day, which was a long time before SummerSlam would have been shown live in the UK because of the time delay. So anyway, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. WOS, your first match this evening is for the women's title, the newly crowned women's champion, of course, in that awesome three-way match involving Kaylee Ray, Bea Priestley, and Viper from a couple of weeks ago. Well, here you get two-thirds of that. You get Kaylee Ray, who is the women's champion, against Bea Priestley. Both, well, you know, let's not beat around the bush. They are both very beautiful women, very talented in their own right. However, this match did not do it for me. This match, first of all, it was missing Viper and the element she added from the triple threat to crown the women's champion. This match was slow, the moves lacked impact, the cutaways, the editing looked atrocious because, I mean, there were so many attempts to disguise these visually bad moves that these girls were doing. It's very unfortunate. The match only got interesting at the end. It was thrown out. It was ruled a no contest by Stu Bennett, and the reason for that is, first of all, Viper comes down, makes her presence known, makes her presence felt, and then a debuting Natasha, who we haven't seen before. Alex Shane or Stu Bennett on commentary says, Natasha, I didn't even know she was in WOS Wrestling. Now let me describe Natasha. She's got that apocalyptic sort of feel to her attire. You know what I mean? It reminiscent of maybe Sarah Logan in the WWE, that sort of Mad Max looking. She's like a tall, well-built, muscly girl with like dreadlocks and this apocalyptic costume. So just from a perspective of curiosity, I want to see what Natasha is all about, because all she does is come out during this match. Viper's already there, who's not involved in the actual match, and you've got Kaylee Ray, Bea Priestley in the ring. They jump out of the ring, and everyone starts having a brawl, a four-way brawl. So I want to know who this Natasha is. I want to know why she decided to make her presence known specifically during this match. So if anything, the women's division is growing. It's growing. It's going to have more competitors in it, which means more interesting competition for the WOS women's title. Okay, so no contest, your first match. The match itself, awful. Nothing worth noting. All the action and the storyline progression happened at the end of the match. So second match, we have, I believe it is Martin Kirby against Will Ospreay. So we've seen both of these characters, we've seen both of these competitors before. Will Ospreay, of course, involved in the first episode of WOS in that amazing, absolutely amazing match with British Bulldog Jr. Sorry, hang on, guys. I think I made a mistake. I think there is actually a tag match before that, and I'm jumping the gun a little bit. I do apologize. I've got it here. I've got it with me. I'm watching it as we speak. No, I'm completely correct. I do apologize. So that was a complete waste of time. Martin Kirby against Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay, you're not going to get a bad match out of him. You're not going to get a boring match out of Will Ospreay, because he is, of course, the internationally acclaimed aerial assassin. This match was okay. Obviously not as good as the British Bulldog match. They pulled out all the stops for that one. Martin Kirby, a ground-based wrestler and a renowned rule breaker, against Will Ospreay, the aerial assassin. And this match has everything you'd expect. A good, solid television match. Will Ospreay gets the win. One of the moves that I really marked out, I thought, wow, that was awesome, was Martin Kirby was setting up his Zoidberg elbow, where he walks across the second rope and drops the elbow from a slight elevation. However, while he's on the second rope, doing his little hand gesture to symbolize the Zoidberg elbow, Will Ospreay does a jumping Hurricane Rana from the second rope, and it looked absolutely amazing. Will Ospreay, your winner against Martin Kirby. Then it gets interesting. For the third match, we see Grado in the office with Stu Bennett. Grado says, I won the match last week. Give me another opportunity. Stu Bennett says, no, you didn't listen to what I had to say to you last week. I told you to smarten yourself up. I told you to get serious. Sorry. Grado looked as if he was going to do that. He came out in a suit and a tie, but within 3 minutes of the match progressing, and Stu Bennett's words reflect this also, he took off the suit and he was back to being, in Stu Bennett's words, and I quote, that blubbering buffoon. Grado says, blubbering buffoon, I won the match. Give me another opportunity. Stu Bennett says, right, I've got one more opportunity for you. I am a team down tonight in the tag team tournament to crown the next and the first WOS tag team champions. Okay, so if you find anyone stupid enough to be your tag team partner, I will enter you in the tag team tournament. Of course, that's exactly what happens. Okay, so Grado comes out. His opponents in the tag team match are Robbie X, who we saw, the masked wrestler who we saw in a ladder match that Gabriel Kidd won a couple of weeks ago. And you know he's one of my favorites already. Crater, the massive physical specimen, 36 stone Crater. So visually, these two go together. They both got these menacing masks on, but obviously their body shapes are completely different and their styles of wrestling are completely different. Robbie X is a high flyer. Crater is the big, powerful, just the force. Okay, so Grado comes out, and it is announced that the man he found stupid enough to be tag team partners with him is British Bulldog Jr. So here you go. That's your WOS tag team tournament match. British Bulldog Jr. and Grado against the team of the massive Crater and Robbie X. So this is a good match. Back and forth, plenty of action. You get to see Crater in all his awesomeness just dominate the ring. You get to see British Bulldog Jr. doing what he does best. A bit of comedy from Grado. Ultimately, the match finishes with the involvement of some shenanigans. You see, there's dissension in the ranks between Crater and Robbie X, and eventually Crater ends up leaving Robbie X's side, and Robbie X loses the match to a Grado cutter, a beautifully done Grado cutter. So your winners are Grado and British Bulldog Jr. So your main event of the evening was scheduled to be Justin Sizem, the great, the agile heavyweight, Justin Sizem, against Joe Hendry makes things better for everyone in WOS. Yes, it's the man with the theme song, Joe Hendry. And the third man scheduled in the triple threat was supposed to be Adam Maxted, but he comes out with his best friend Nathan Cruz, the UK's biggest bromance, according to commentator Alex Shane, and Nathan Cruz says to Maxted, Adam Maxted was supposed to be in the match. Nathan Cruz says to him, no, let me be in the match because I don't want you to ruin your beautiful face. And of course the vanity and the self-loving gimmick of Adam Maxted says, yeah, that's actually a really good point. Why should I put this beautiful face in danger? Okay, Nathan Cruz, you can have this match. A really good triple threat, a really awesome, entertaining, high-flying and fast triple threat match. Ultimately, your winner is Justin Sizem, and it's good to see Justin Sizem finally getting a noticeable win in a main event of this show, because obviously he was unsuccessful in defeating Rampage for the WOS title. Now he is basking in the glory. We didn't see a 450 splash. We didn't see a 450 splash from Justin Sizem today. We did see his very innovative discus clothesline. It's not just he doesn't remain on his feet. He sort of jumps up into a crossbody position and spins under himself. Then he delivers the lariat, the clothesline. So discus clothesline finish. Your winner, Justin Sizem. I thought it was a really good show. Episode 4, not one of their best, because the women's match. I mean, the show starts with probably the worst match I've seen on WSOS so far. So that was a bit of a downer, just from the point of view of myself as a viewer, as a spectator. Every time I start watching WOS, I look forward to it. I watch it like a kid. I suspend my disbelief. It was really hard to do that with the first match on this show, Bea Priestley against Kaylee Ray. However, that was only sort of 5 minutes of tolerating, and then the show went uphill from there. Plenty of storyline, plenty of action, everything fast, everything, the moves are crisp and they're tidy. It's the in-ring style of wrestling is good. I mean, obviously it's heavily edited in post-production, but visually, for a 45-minute without ad breaks, for an hour-long show, this is all the wrestling action you need. Join me again next time for episode 5 of WOS Wrestling. I can't wait. There are storylines now. It's getting good. It's getting interesting. It's captivating the audience that is prepared to view it over a long time. Every week they're going to lose audience members. Their key aim now is to hold on to the ones they've got and attract new ones, and they're going to do that with long storylines that people can invest in, and I think they've started doing that. I think they're doing that as we speak, and that's why I and many other people can't wait to see episode 5 next week. Okay, I've been Dim Van Dam signing off. Keep watching WOS Wrestling and enjoy the graps, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye.